The Manta Angler from a lifetime. Today we're going to be doing a video going over all of the upgrades that I've done to this kayak so far since I bought it, and then a few future upgrades I'm possibly going to add as well. So stick around, don't go anywhere, and we're going to jump right to it. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So we have our first upgrade here. As you can see, we have an anchor system that I've installed. I got this off of Amazon. It was about $17. These are pretty basic systems, but they work really great. I plan on using this in the river quite a bit, hopefully, especially when we get in some of the deeper spots where the fish like to hide up. But this is just a basic anchor system. Like I said, you can adjust it just by simply pulling the string here, and this little ring will move back and forth. You attach your anchor to it. I just have a basic 3.5 pound anchor that I'm using, but you tie it onto your ring here, and then based on where the ring is, depends on where the angle of your boat will be. If you have it towards the front, you're going to be facing into the wind or upstream. If you have it towards the back, you're going to be facing away from the wind or downstream. And if you have it somewhere in the middle, you're going to be perpendicular to the wind or perpendicular to the stream. So that's how that system works. Pretty basic, pretty easy, but they do work. Like I said, I got this 17 bucks off of Amazon. Basic system, but I think this will work great for me. Okay, moving on to our next upgrade here, and this really isn't an upgrade, more so is just an addition, but I did add some scupper hole plugs. I went and got those from Walmart. They're just a basic rubber plug. They're really not anything fancy, as you can see. But this just helps for when you get in and out of the kayak. It prevents water from splashing up, things like that. Those are obviously your drain plugs. But I have noticed getting in and out of the kayak, the water does like to splash. If you're standing and you happen to move around, it does splash up through. So just having those plugs in there is kind of nice for that, for keeping the water out of your boat. So that's what I did with that. Oh shit, I forgot. Don't do that on the scupper plug holder. All right, so our next upgrade that I did, this is the seat riser attachment that I've added to it. This is from XQK parts supplier. They're on Amazon. The link's in the description for those. Shout out to Barry P. He's actually the one that put these on his kayak, and he said he really liked them. It does raise your center of gravity just slightly, but there's a way you can combat that, and I'll show you in just a second. But it does raise your seat up. It gives you more room underneath the seat here. As you can see, I can very easily fit my tackle box under here. So I have plenty of room to fit some gear under there if I need to, and whatnot. But it does have a pretty cool feature here in the back. I did have to screw these on to this back here just so they stay. But you can actually flip these up like this on each side and then set it back down. And now you actually have a 2-position seat. It leans you back a little more, slightly lowers your center of gravity, but you still have plenty of room under the seat. So that's kind of a nice feature for that. But these are the XQK parts supplier. And I'm just going to show you here, just to compare, at least for the fronts. This is what the ones from the, that come on the kayak, excuse me, what they look like. And you can obviously see the height difference there, how much more it raises you up. So I'm going to hang on to these just in case, but I really like this upgrade because it raises you up better, gives you more storage room, and you don't have to worry about not being able to see well and sit more. You can sit more comfortably and things like that. So that's a seat riser upgrade. I definitely recommend it. Like I said, link is in the description for this product. All right, so zooming back out here, we have another upgrade for the seat, and as you can see, this is an umbrella, just a real basic umbrella that we got off Amazon. It is adjustable. You can rotate it, so it has an adjustment here that you can angle this as well. This top part does spin and rotate around. It is an odd shaped umbrella top, but it is kind of nice because when you are paddling, this doesn't stick out in front of you, which is kind of nice for paddling and fishing and things like that. It also has an adjustment here. You can angle this whole thing back, and then you can also rotate it from this button. You can rotate it around like this. So you have some options, but I just clamped it right on the seat there. I felt like that was a good spot. I'm going to show you when I sit on it. I've got plenty of clearance here. You know, I don't really have any interference if I'm fishing. It's not in my way. Shouldn't be in my way. Maybe going an overhead cast, maybe, but I typically do a side cast when I'm fishing. That's the umbrella. The only thing I've noticed, obviously, you can see here with the bigger fishing pole, I may have to angle out the rod holders a little bit, just because when you do spin it, it does hit it. But other than that, I don't think it's going to be a bad addition to this kayak. So, like I said, for this one, link is in the description for the product. It's from Amazon. It actually just came today, so pretty excited. All right, so this one really isn't an upgrade, but it's just something that I did do. You can take this cover off, and the rod holders, you can adjust them. There's like 6 different positions that you can rotate them. So instead of these sticking way out like this, I angled them back, and so that everything's a little bit tighter and narrower on the boat. But that's something you can do. You can rotate the rod holders in there. You just unscrew the 5 screws and then pop that out and rotate it and screw it back down. You'd be good to go. So that's one just minor thing I did change on the kayak. All right, looking at the back of the kayak here, I did go with a tote. This is a 17-gallon tote, and I know a lot of people like to use the milk crates for kayaks, but I wanted to go with the tote. 1, there's more storage space. 2, weather protection and rain and splash protection. And then 3, I'm actually going to be using this for, because we're going overnight, I need to be able to have my food for not only myself, but for everyone else. I need to have my cooking stuff, so my bowls, pots, pans, things like that, plate, my cooking stove, the fuel. I need to be able to put all of that in here in this tote, and so I felt like it was just going to give me more room, and it was going to keep it dry, especially if we do come up on some rain or something, a storm happens to pop up, that kind of thing. We happen to get in some rapids and it gets really wet and splashing. All my stuff stays dry in here, and it's not going to go anywhere. As you can see with the built-in bungee cords here, it holds in place. And I like these little notches on the lid because it can hold these and they're not going to go anywhere. So that is one thing that I did do as well. More like an upgrade, but just extra storage on the kayak. Since it only has the one front hatch that's kind of small, I figured this was going to be a really good option to go with. So yeah, all my food, all my cooking supplies and everything will be back in here. And then my hammock, rain fly, hammock straps, extra clothing, all that will go up in the front hatch because I won't have as much of that and it'll be a lot lighter and smaller. It can go in the front. All right, guys, so that's what I did for the upgrades for this kayak, for the Manta Angler. I think it'll be pretty good for now. There are a couple of other things that I want to do. I do want to get a rod holder for the rails here. Not that I don't trust these fishing rod holders, but I want to have something that's maybe a little more adjustable. Like if I go trolling out on a lake or something, I can put that there and adjust it how I want. So I do want to do that. I also do want to get a GoPro, maybe even 2 of them. I can put a mount on the front up there on that rail, and then possibly add a rail back in this area somewhere on the side and add a GoPro there to kind of look up above. If I'm not using the umbrella, I can do that as well for videoing and things like that. So that's pretty much the only 2 things that I really haven't done yet. Maybe possibly putting in a paddle holder here that I can clip in. But it does already have 2 to begin with, so we'll kind of see how it goes down the river, and if I feel like it would be better to have kayak holder on the rails, then we'll do that, but we'll see. But other than that, that's pretty much what I got today for you guys for upgrades. Like I said, we got the anchor system and the anchor that we put on. We have the seat riser, so I have more room for storage and to raise me up. We have our scupper hole plugs that I added to keep the water out from splashing around, especially when I'm standing and getting in and out. Excuse me. And then we adjusted the rod holders. We have our umbrella, and I'll also show you guys too. This thing's pretty nice. If you don't need it, you can just close it right up, strap it up, and it'll be out of your way. So we have that's adjustable, and then I did do the tote and then on the back for storage instead of doing a milk crate. And I think that's going to work a lot better too, overall. So that's what I got for you guys today. I did go out and take this out on the lake recently, so I'll have some video of that for you guys as well that I'll try to get posted. Did a little bit of fishing, caught a couple fish, nothing keeper size, but that's what we got. I will do a video going over all of my gear, what we're taking on the overnight river trip, because it is going to be a little bit different. It's going to be kind of a mix of obviously kayaking stuff, but then a mix of camping stuff as well. I'll just kind of show you what we do for that. So that video will be posted here in the next week or so as well, so watch for that. But yeah, the Manta Angler and just some of the upgrades that I've done to it so far. Like, subscribe, comment, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks.